The EU has said it is willing to include Russia in discussions with Kiev about a planned trade agreement that sparked the crisis in Ukraine. European Commission head José Manuel Barroso made the offer in a telephone call with President Putin on Friday. EU officials said the move was significant and reflected a new climate in the negotiations. Meanwhile, the US says it is confident that tanks being used by separatists in eastern Ukraine came from Russia. Russia will claim these tanks were taken from Ukrainian forces, but no Ukrainian tank units have been operating in that area, a US State Department spokesperson told press. "We are confident that these tanks came from Russia," she added. The appearance of the tanks, filmed in various towns in the Donetsk region, sparked a row between Kiev and Moscow. Russia has denied allegations that the tanks had entered Ukraine from its territory. Political discussions. The European Union is due to sign an association accord and free trade pact with Kiev in the next few weeks. It is the same accord that former President Viktor Yanukovych dropped in November, which led to the protests that culminated in his removal from power and triggered the current crisis. Brussels has previously rejected the Russian president's request for Moscow to be involved in the discussions between the EU and Ukraine, but a European Commission statement said that it had offered Mr. Putin the chance to hold political-level discussions as a way to dispel any concerns that Russia had. A statement from the Kremlin said Mr. Putin had agreed to take part in the talks. Mr. Barroso also used the phone call to urge Moscow to halt the flow of arms and fighters into Ukraine. David Stern reports on fierce fighting as Ukrainian forces retake Mariupol. The operation by Ukraine government forces against pro-Russia rebels continued on Friday, with troops retaking the port city of Mariupol. 5 rebels were reported killed and 4 government soldiers injured in the city in Donetsk region. Hundreds of combatants and civilians have been killed since separatists in the Donetsk and neighboring Luhansk regions declared independence after holding referendums last month. Kiev said the polls were illegal and vowed to continue its anti-terrorist operation in the region.